So we're back to the devlogs, albeit a tiny bit late. I believe about 2 weeks I've missed. It's been a August has been a really busy month. It always is for my family, and the early half of September has been as well. It's suddenly a weird year at the moment, but rest assured, I've still been working on the game as much as possible, and I should still be able to summarize it like reasonably swiftly to catch you all up to date on what's been happening. So what's new? Well, a fair bit. The sprites for the villains that I was working on, specifically Tyrell, the second one that was the one that wasn't finished last time, is now complete. He's a very angry boy, as is the encounter on the pirate ship. In everything except for balancing the fights, the way the section works is that you have to defeat the pirate crews before you can then progress down into the hold. The balancing should be about right. I have taken my best guess on a lot of it, and it should be pretty much good to go, but I need to actually put that to the test. So the encounter in the lower decks, and at the end of this encounter, the party is scattered temporarily. I won't explain why, because spoilers, but they end up all over the shop in pairs, including two that get paired up with the villains, which I figured would be a good opportunity for some interaction both between the party members on their own, sort of one-to-one, which they haven't had much so far, and also a little bit of an introduction, perhaps, to these new villains. They're ending up in a fair few different areas, from the cave you can see there to cliff tops, to there should be two more, and I cannot find them. We're doing well. I could have sworn back to the desert. That was the other one, and there is one more. Which you may have to take my word on, because I apparently can't find it. It is definitely in there somewhere. There was definitely 4 areas. Oh, the ship. There's another ship. Aside from this, we then get to the next main city, which I've also been working on, Col Juna. Col Juna is a bit of a desert town, primarily built around its main fortress. As usual, most of the towns, this has also meant they've had to create a good deal of new items, accessories, weapons, etc. And also a handful of new skills, as well as some various things to do in the town. This also includes things such as the interiors of the shops. I've also properly cemented in a new little mechanic. These green fires, and one of the previous areas has also been changed to that, and one of the things I plan to do next week is to add a few more of these, are like the blue wisps that indicate you can talk to someone or interact with something, but they have a choice at the end of them. And one of the things I'm changing to make them mechanically different from now on is that this choice will actually change something about the characters. It might grant you a new item, in the case of one of the ones I've done later. With Samson especially, because the idea is his class is a lot more general. You have the opportunity, when he's asked about doing a bit of retraining, to effectively choose a secondary skill. Depending on which of the skills you pick to learn, he can learn a few abilities from the other party members. So if you pick to go with Raylia, you might learn some healing magic, for example. I've also made a start on the rest of the Col Juna desert. Not a huge amount. It's been sort of the last half hour or so. Still not the fastest in map making. But the desert will be the next main area that everyone's wandering around. And I believe that's everything major. Next week, I'm hoping to talk a little bit additionally about my approach to how I've been handling combat with this game. And I said I expect to be going back into the game to finish off a lot of small things that he's doing. The balancing on the pirate ship fights, adding a few more of those green dialogue interactions and choices. Yeah, I believe that's the majority of it. Hopefully this has been interesting, giving you all that today. I have my own game, IORC. I'll link it in the description. Go play it, it's fun. And I will see you all again next week.